Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. See, today we will discuss about a very important power we are all born with. We are all blessed with. It's a very, very important power. And that power is called what we say the हिंदी में बोलते हैं उसको इच्छा शक्ति या power of, I won't say willpower because willpower is something else. It is the power of our desire or जिसको बोलते हैं इच्छा शक्ति. How can it help us? It can help us right now as a protection against COVID or infection. You see, people are these days talking about increasing immunity because that's the only way to protect yourself from any infection, because anyway you will be exposed to infections. You will, with best of your efforts, you will still be exposed to people who are asymptomatic, who doesn't know that they are infected, or you really don't know who's going to get show the they show the infection 3 days later, but he may be infected today and he may be a carrier and you may get infected. Now, more than the immunity, what can protect you from all kinds of things in life, including infection, COVID, or including protection from other diseases? It can help your recovery. Recently, one of our ex-students, Shilajit got infected from COVID and he was hospitalized. And he was talking to me from the hospital. We were talking about almost half an hour, 1 hour every day. And I was making him feel very enthusiastic and positive. And can you believe he got cured in 4 days' time? The first day he was negative, he was positive, and fourth day they released him. He was negative and he was released by the hospital. And he admitted, and even the doctor said that we have not seen such a fast recovery in the past. And he himself has said that I got recovered because I wanted to recover and I gave my mother 19th of September, which was his birthday. He said 19th of September, I'll celebrate my birthday coming back home. So he actually was back home on 19th of September. And he actually went there, I think 15th or 16th or 15th September he was admitted, 19th September he was back. Now, how does it work? I mean, it works definitely medically, and medical science has named this kind of phenomena. And in medical science, it is called placebo effect. It is absolutely scientifically accepted way of treating the patient, way of recovering from disease, even life-threatening disease. It has been proved beyond doubt that people can use placebo to recover very fast. They can even recover from diseases whose treatment is not known. Diseases which are considered to be incurable, like cancer or like HIV or like many other diseases. It has also used to recover from accidents where the fatality is so high that people say that this is not possible. The person will not never recover. I'm first showing you a film which is based on one such true stories, and this story or this case study is featured in a very famous book called Secret. The Secret is very well known, very popular book, which basically propounds a theory or principle that If you want something very badly, very strongly in life, the whole universe conspire to give it to you. And your इच्छा शक्ति, तुम्हारी जो इच्छा शक्ति है, that really helps to get you what you want very badly in life. Even if your conditions and circumstances and resources doesn't ensure that you can ever achieve that wish. So first we will see the film, and then we'll see about the placebo effect. And it's very, very useful today, because not only it will save your life or your getting infected from COVID, your counseling or your conviction sometime may help somebody very close to you, your parents, your family members, your friends, your acquaintance, your neighbor, or anybody, because it really works. And people, the moment people have confidence that I will recover, or people feel that I have to recover, and moment they start behaving as if they are on the way to recovery, the recovery starts. So let's see the film first, and then we will discuss about how to use this, not only to get ourselves protected in this kind of a COVID season, but also use this kind of, this power of, I will say, the power of desire or power of wanting something very badly in other aspects of our life. Suppose I want to become a great scholar, great doctor, great pilot, or great businessman. I can use this power, which is something very similar to placebo effect, which is only applicable. Placebo effect is only applicable or only said to be applicable in medical science. But the same kind of power can also help us to stay, stay healthy, to not fall in a trap, to not get into a business which is highly risky, or many things like that. So let's see the film, and then we'll discuss what is placebo, how does it help us to stay healthy or not get sick, and if we're sick, recover very fast, and how this whole thing can also be used in other aspects of life.
My name is Morris Goodman. On March 10th, 1981, I left home on a pleasure trip. When I left, I had a loving wife, enjoyed a successful business career, and had a beautiful home. When I came back,
Due to resting to CPR for about 7 minutes on him, kind of defibrillated using the respiratory. Right now he doesn't have any respiratory effort. He does have a pulse. He's got a pressure of about 80 by Doppler.
What's his Glasgow?
Glasgow 3 at this time, not responding to pain even.
I got the family out here. Anything I can tell?
He's coma scale of 3 right now.
I just
a little
tell
bit
him
of
that
history
he's
on him from the scene.
unresponsive at this time.
Mrs. Goodman?
Mrs. Goodman?
I'm Sandy Goodman.
I'm Morris's sister, Pat.
I'm his mother.
Hello.
How is he?
I'm afraid I can't tell you what you would like to hear. His condition is extremely critical.
What are his chances?
I have been in the medical profession, Mrs. Goodman, for a good number of years. And the fact that your husband is alive at this moment will no doubt make medical history. No one, to my knowledge, has ever survived a break in the first or second cervical vertebrae. Your husband's neck is broken in both those places. His spinal column was crushed. His larynx is damaged so severely that he will never speak again. He also is suffering permanent nerve damage, causing a dysfunctioning of the liver, the bladder, the kidneys, and the diaphragm, which means that he can't breathe and will never breathe without the use of a respirator. His swallowing reflexes are damaged so severely that he won't ever be able to eat or drink again. I'm sorry to have to tell you all this, but quite candidly, I don't think he can survive the night. Morris?
I knew I was going to have to ward off the negative expectations of the medical staff.
Usually, injuries such as you have sustained are fatal. The odds are not in your favor.
Every story has its villains, and the bad guys in mine seem to be society itself. When someone sustains injuries as severe as mine, they just expect that person to die. I didn't care what medical science expected. I knew what I expected, and that was to beat the odds and walk out of the hospital on my own 2 feet. And that's the way we work here. I want you gentlemen to know that we here at Morris E. Goodman and Associates are highly goal-oriented. I always have a battle plan in motion, one that will overcome virtually any obstacle, achieve any goal. I always set a short-term and a long-term goal, ones that will provide a major sense of accomplishment. My long-term goal was to walk out of the hospital a normal man.
This operation has never been done before. You have 1 chance in 1,000 of surviving. And the best you can hope for, if you do survive, is a wheelchair for the rest of your life. Now, if you understand and approve of this surgery, indicate yes by blinking your eyes once. If no, blink twice.
And so, with the blink of an eye, I set my first goal, to live.
That night we slept on the beach, as a matter of fact. After what we put him through, I can't believe he's still alive.
For what he's got to look forward to, though, probably been better if they just not pulled him out of the airplane.
I've never seen anything like it. We had him in there for 9 hours. We replaced his torn ligaments with plastic. We fused his neck from the base of his skull to the 4th vertebra. We literally wired him together.
What are his chances now?
Slim. Very slim. If he survives, he'll only be able to blink his eyes for the rest of his life. The only hope I can give you is that in about 20 months he might, and I can't emphasize that word enough, he might be able to sit in a wheelchair with the use of a respirator. And what I see for his future is a nursing home and a short, non-productive life. I'm sorry, but we did the best we could.
Society's conditioned us to lose and had plans for me to spend a lifetime just existing. The medical doctors left me with the impression that I would be a vegetable, and who was I to argue? But I did. That's not the picture I saw of myself. I had to believe with all my heart and mind that I would be normal again. When I would close my eyes, I would relive that fateful day and the events that led up to it.
Hi, I'm Zig Ziglar. Ever hear the word snob? If you don't know what it means, I'll tell you a little bit later on. It's probably a word that can mean happiness or sorrow, success or failure, maybe even life or death. But first, I want to tell you that man was born to win, but he's been conditioned to lose. Other people tell us we can't do something, we believe it, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then we really can't.
As my condition stabilized, I had more visitors, and the need to communicate motivated my sister Pat to invent a code that was more sophisticated.
Body card? No. Key systems card? No. Person's card? Aha, alphabet card. Okay, Morris, which box is the first letter in? 4th box. Which line? First line. S-T-U-V. T. Okay, second letter. Which box is the second letter in? 2. Which line? First line. Thank you. You're most welcome.
Is there something you'd like to say? Do you know how to communicate with him using the chart?
I sure do.
Please hurry up.
Box. 1 or 2. Letter.
Box? 1 or 2? He says you're a great doctor. Do you realize you've just done more with 2 words than the entire nursing staff has been able to do in 2 years?
My number 2 goal was to breathe. I had to be free of that machine. I would now try to inhale a little air into my lungs, but my chest ached. After 100 breaths, I would stop to see if my lungs would expand on their own. I kept trying, but nothing was happening. When sleep came, the pictures came back. The runway was only 1,300 feet long and required a letdown over telephone wires. I reduced speed to 75 miles per hour. As I lay on my bed thinking about how powerful the mind is, I remembered an evening at my neighbor's home and a story he told me that helped motivate me to keep going.
Morris, you're a fan of Zig Ziglar's.
Uh-huh.
Ever hear the story he tells about the middle-aged man working on a refrigerator car?
No, I haven't.
Well, he was accidentally locked inside. He banged on the door, he yelled, and he screamed, but no one heard him. And finally, he accepted his destiny. He sat down, his body became numb. With his fingers, he scribbled a message on the wall for those who would eventually find him. He said, "Getting colder now, starting to shiver. Nothing to do but wait. Slowly freezing to death. Half asleep now. These are my last words." 5 hours later, they opened the car door and found the man's body. Now, a sad story, but here's the twist. The temperature inside the car was 56 degrees. The refrigeration unit was broken. There was plenty of air for him to breathe. The man simply willed himself to die.
If the mind was that destructive, surely it could heal too. I decided on a specific day and date to walk out of the hospital. Christmas.
Hi, Morris. I'm Kathy, and I'll be your physical therapist. Okay, are you ready? Me up? I love word games, but I don't know, you might have to help me with that one.
The doctors had warned my family it was impossible. But I saw myself off the respirator and on my own 2 feet walking. This, of course, was all part of my logical success blueprint. My most important step to create a detailed mental picture of success. Construct scenes of what life will be after the goal has been accomplished. Imagine it already achieved. Begin to act as though it had already become a reality. The same ideas work whether you're a manager, a supervisor, a salesperson, or anyone in business or in any walk of life.
Morris,
Yes, what is it?
I talked with Dr. Matthews this morning, and he wants to send you to Charlottesville for more advanced treatment.
I gave her a message for Dr. Matthews. You tell him I'll be back in 6 months, and when I come back, I'll walk into his office and shake his hand.
Are you serious? Candidly, I think you're not being very realistic about it. Don't you think you'd be a lot better off just to accept where you are and go on? I think you're setting yourself up for a big disappointment. I'll tell him, but I don't think he'll believe it.
The test continued, and so did the feeling of total helplessness.
Morris, have you had your treatment yet?
To keep the airways clear, the nurses and respiratory therapists would disconnect my ventilator and insert a small tube in my tracheostomy to suction the mucus out. It was extremely painful. It had already been done, but I couldn't communicate to her that I didn't want it done again. All I could do was lay there and let her do it. I had so many x-rays, you could have found me with a Geiger counter.
Look at that. Incredible. You ever see anyone with injuries like these survive?
No. And I won't tell anyone. They'd never believe me. This guy's a miracle man.
Hi, Morris. I'm Ruth. I'm your private duty nurse.
Morris, we're going to put something on your head to keep your neck straight because it isn't lining up properly. So we're going to fit you with a halo vest.
A halo vest, he said. Sounded almost heavenly. It was hell. But that night I continued my breathing exercises, and finally my persistence paid off. One night I did 2 sets of deep breaths. I felt my lungs expand 3 times. It was possible. I took 3 breaths on my own. The thoughts of the accident diminished somewhat, but they haunted me every now and again. I reduced power, added full flaps, and cut my airspeed to around 65. Everything was going smoothly. The next step in my blueprint for success was to allow my dream to develop. I repeated the mental scenes of my breathing and eating, talking, and walking over and over with white heat intensity. When enthusiasm and belief build, they generate the energy to make any goal a reality.
You know, we build our own barriers to success. Did you know that a circus elephant, when tied to a small stake, can't get away? Physically it could, mentally it can't. You see, when it was just a baby, it was tied with a large rope and it couldn't get loose. It was conditioned to believe it was impossible. So today, a large elephant can be tied with a small rope and it believes it can't get away. It doesn't even try. You know, our self-image means so much in life. Our self-image is a mental picture that we carry with us, made up of past victories and defeats, triumphs and humiliations. It can determine how we react to any given situation, our thoughts, our feelings, even our abilities, but it is not set in concrete. Science has proved that the central nervous system is not capable of telling the difference between actual experience and one imagined.
I believed in myself and my faith in God. Belief and faith are the most powerful and positive constructive forces known to man.
Morris, we have orders to take you off the respirator for a few minutes to see if you can breathe on your own. Why are we taking him off the respirator? Everyone in this hospital knows the nerves to his diaphragm have been severed.
Well, you believe that, and I believe that, and the whole medical staff here believes that. But until Morris believes it, we take him off the respirator for a while.
As I continued to review my success blueprint, I continued to see and feel and act like the major goal had been achieved. I was already thinking of what was next.
I don't believe this. You're a miracle man. But I think you've had enough. We better put you back on again.
I was now breathing on my own. No more respirator.
You did such a good job. You're terrible. Congratulations, Morris. We're really proud of you.
My electric chair was another milestone in my life. For me, it was a beginning. For Mildred Mitchell, it was nearly the end.
Young man, you ought to be arrested. I think so. Safe alive. It's not safe anywhere. Who knows this ID that sells this paper? Where's my purse? He's got my purse.
Are you saying when I call on a customer?
My next phase, according to my blueprint, was to use my accomplishments as a positive reinforcement to my next step, to speak.
Normally, your trach tube is open. Today, we're going to put a little ball over the end of it, and this is going to force the air in through your vocal cords to help you make a sound, okay?
Now, this may frighten you a little, but just relax, because all we have to do is take the ball off so you can get some air.
Now I'm going to go ahead and place the ball over your trach tube, Morris. Now try making some sound. That's good. Need some more air? Okay, I'm taking it away. Go ahead and breathe. Just relax. Now let's try it again. I'm going to put the ball back over your trach tube. Just try and get any kind of sound out.
I tried for weeks to make sounds. I just couldn't do it. But I didn't quit.
Okay, it's time to rest. And I want you to rest. We've got a lot of work to do tomorrow, so don't stay up all night, okay?
Mama. Mama. Sandy, I love you. It had now been 3 months since my plane went down. What I used to take for granted was now one of the most important functions in my life. Eating, but I couldn't swallow.
And I want you to try to relax. Try and open this up a little bit. I know it hurts.
Ouch.
Good. Try to relax. Let's extend these as far as we can. Good. It's tough after 3 months, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. One more. One more. Very good. That's good. All right. Come on. Very good. All right. Come on. Let's try now.
Ruth, would you get me an orange freeze?
What did you say?
Howard Johnson's across the street. It's just sherbet and orange juice.
Can you swallow it?
Won't know till I try. Ruth. Don't get caught. I can do it. I did it. Don't tell anybody about this. It might make me stop. That's good. The following day, she smuggled in chicken soup. Unsuccessfully.
You could have choked to death.
Yes. But I didn't.
Put him on a soft diet.
Good right hand. All right, lean forward. Let's take your left foot. Good. Let's move that left hand forward. Right foot. All right, good. Now lean forward. All right, now your left hand. Good. Okay. Right foot. Good. Now keep the weight forward. Good.
Morris, let me ask you, what is your goal?
To walk out of this hospital on my own 2 feet with no mechanical aid. My ultimate goal is complete recovery.
Morris, you've got to be realistic. You will never function anywhere close to the level you once did. The sooner you realize this, the better off you'll be.
I don't care if you believe that, Dr. Wiggins. It's when I start believing it that I'm in trouble.
It's kind of a shame. What's a shame? Morris, he's been working for months to meet this goal he set of walking out of here. You don't think he'll make it? I heard they're releasing it next month. He'll make it. He'll make it. I know he'll make it.
I plan on walking out of here tomorrow.
Morris, I know you do. I hope that you can.
I'm going to, and with no help.
You know, discouragement can eat away at a person's soul. It can eat away at his hope. Discouragement eats away at a person's self-confidence with doubt and self-pity. When we're bubbling over with enthusiasm, anything is possible. When we're obsessed with an aim, anything is possible. Don't let anyone or any thought rob you of your goal. Remember I asked you earlier on this tape if you knew what SNI-op meant? Well, now I'm going to tell you.
Morris, I'm Tom Eldridge. I was your roommate at University Hospital. Can I talk to you?
Of course, Tommy.
I just want to thank you.
Thank me for what?
I have been down here watching you stumble, fall, pick yourself up over and over again. They told me that I'd never walk again. And I figured if you could, I could. I just wanted to thank you. Because if it weren't for you, I'd be in a wheelchair the rest of my life.
Always said you can get everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want.
Morris, I want to tell you that since you've been with us, you've made your mark on the lives of a lot of people here.
In my business, I always had a battle plan, a blueprint for success. I set long-range goals, took a personal inventory of my needs, carefully assessed each situation. I set many goals and set out to accomplish one at a time. I would set a time limit and then try to create a mental picture of how things would be once that goal was accomplished. I think Henry Ford said it quite nicely when he said, whether we think we can or whether we think we can't, either way, you're right.
Do you know what the staff calls you?
I'd be afraid to ask.
The Miracle Man.
Okay, hold it right here. This is where I get off.
Morris, I honestly believe that you might walk in a couple of weeks, but you are not ready yet.
And besides, it's against hospital regulations.
This moment is the very first of my goals. To walk out of this hospital on my own 2 feet. And regulations or not, that's exactly what I intend to do. I would appreciate it if someone would be kind enough to hold that door. Stay back. There's one thing I learned in life, especially while I was here. Doesn't matter how many times we stumble and fall down. It's how many times we stumble and get back up. Stay back.
You know, I never did figure this out.
Well, you know, our thoughts, Kathy, are what control our life. Someone once said we should be the porter of our thoughts and allow only those we want realized on our bodies. That little sign helped me to realize that. It means being susceptible to the negative influences of other people. You know, negative expectations can sometimes be a self-fulfilling prophecy. And in order to keep from committing mental suicide, I had to remind myself of that daily.
You are quite a guy, Morris.
You better keep that. Maybe it'll help someone else.
Thanks.
Hey, old buddy, you see this? That, in my opinion, was not a good landing.
How could anyone survive a crash like that?
Emergency medical be advised. We have an aircraft on the back of the field. Let's get this guy out of here. Personal injury. 10-4. All units be advised, we have additional backup on the way.
Think he'll make it? Are you kidding?
Dr. Matthews? I told you I'd walk in here and shake your hand.
Yes, Morris, I got the message. But I didn't believe it could be done.
And I never believed for a minute it couldn't be done.
Did you like it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so how was it?
Sir, very nice.
Sir, it was amazing.
Sir, it was amazing.
It's actually a true story, and so what it conveys is that our desire to get well, our desire not to fall sick, our desire to achieve our capabilities, our desire to acquire a skill, or our desire to change our habit, or our desire to that way do anything in life will depend upon how strongly we desire, how strongly we believe that it is possible, how strongly we expect it to happen, and how strongly we feel that it is actually happening. There are 4 levels of mental mapping of acquisition of any objective, skill, competency, or habit transformation. So we'll see how we can, this learning, this is an example, but there are millions of such examples. There is not one example. There are so many examples of this kind, and we'll see that how we can benefit and how can we take the advantage of this discovery in our own way. So the what we were talking about is the effect called placebo effect, or the power of positive thinking or positive passion or desire. How we use this mental capabilities to get what we want in life. So this phenomena medically was discovered by these 2 scientists, and they found that the positive belief, the positive expectations, the trust in the doctor, or trust in the treatment, or trust in the medicine, even when the medicine was fake, even if the treatment was just a show and not actual treatment, they found that the patient actually start recovering. And they recovered not only from ordinary diseases, they recovered from also life-threatening diseases. And in some extent, they got recovered from diseases which medically was incurable, diseases for which cures are still not available in medical science. And medical council of the world, all over the world, medical council allows doctors to use placebo as the alternative method of treatment where a real treatment is not available. So medical councils are allowed. That means it's absolutely legal. There's no illegality or unethical things in this. Now, they found that why this placebo is happening. Under the MRI scan, they find that there are certain activity happens in your brain when you have a very strong placebo, which triggers the manufacturing of the curative drugs in your body, which ultimately goes and cure your disease. That means, suppose somebody is having a cancer and somebody is believing that he is getting cured or he is getting better, and they find that there is certain activity which is happening in the brain which is triggering manufacturing of certain biochemical which are actually going and curing your disease. The whole process can be measured, the process can be seen, and the process is real. It is not something which is imaginary. Yeah. So it is, we really don't know. We can't explain how the brain is functioning like that and what leads. That detailed information is still not available to medical science, but we can see it is actually happening. Normally what happens is that the doctors, when they don't know what to give you and how to treat you, they give you dummy drugs. It means drugs which are basically sugar, starch, or which are non-harmful doses of some items which they make you believe that the treatment is going on, and your belief actually works in your favor. And there are special diets, special exercise, even surgery, fake surgeries are allowed. Fake surgeries are done to convince the patient that some surgery is being done, and that conviction, that belief start curing the patient. And it is something which can be measured, which can be checked in labs. These positive results are not something which is imaginary. You can actually see the test done in the pathological lab, and they can show the cure. They're showing that you are improving. They're showing that somehow these fake drugs are working. Yeah, they are working not because the drugs are working. It's working because you believe that they are working. And it is not restricted to only human being. It is applicable on all the animals. Even the veterans, the veterinary doctors also uses placebo on their patients which are animals, like dogs and cats and horse, and when they are doing treatment, and when they don't know what kind of treatment is given to the animal, they use placebo there also. That means they give fake drugs, fake treatment, and it really works. Now, what they found is that the placebo triggers the body's natural ability to cure itself. You see, our body has a system of curing itself. Our body has system. We all know we have this immunity which is protecting basically us from any kind of attack, microbial attack or viral attack from outside. We also have curative system inside our body which triggers, get triggered by certain things, which actually cures us, which repair our body, damaged body parts, which actually stop aging or reverse aging. All these things are possible. They have seen isolated cases where reverse aging happens. The reverse aging happens not only of the human being, the entire body, but certain organs. They have found that the damaged organs are getting repaired automatically. All these things are happening, and they are happening by your willpower. No drug is administered or no surgery is done. Earlier, people thought that only diseases which are caused by emotions or stress or tensions or mental makeup or negative thinking can be cured by placebo, but it was found that it is not restricted to only those diseases, lifestyle diseases like blood pressure or diabetes or heart ailments, or diseases which are caused by your stress and tensions. Not only those diseases are cured, even you just now saw accidental damages, where certain body parts are damaged beyond repair, and certain body parts which people thought cannot be repaired automatically, cannot be repaired by surgery. Even those damaged body parts are repaired because mere your willpower or your mental power or your placebo. We all know that our mental makeup our mental negativity or positivity has profound effect on our health or our body. Yeah, if you are stressed all the time, you will start aging, your immunity will go down, you will start catching diseases very fast, and you will not be able to function normal functions because of these stress and tensions. People have seen that their blood pressure shoots up when they are angry or when they are agitated or when they are stressed or when they are some kind of in a shocking condition, the blood pressure goes haywire. So obviously, if the mindset is improved or mindset is put to curative use, these kind of same thing can happen. The positive thoughts or positive emotion can have positive effects also on your body. But the placebo goes much beyond that. You know that positive negative is only to some extent happens, but placebo is something which is very very profound effect, because it actually goes and repairs or damages body parts, which was not heard of or which was not believed earlier. And they have seen that if the treatment or pill or surgery is made to look genuine or real, the effect is very profound. The effect actually, whenever they do a clinical test of any new drug, they make two sets of test group, and one set is given actually fake medicine, and they see that the people who are given fake medicine also get cured because of their belief that somehow the drug will work. They only test that the group who's given the actual medicine, how much more people are getting cured there. That shows the effectivity of the drug. And in that group where the actual drug is given, some people may also have side effects, yeah, because that the earlier group will not have. So these are some of the parameters when the clinical test of new drugs are done. Now, doctor-patient relationship, we all know, unless you have faith in doctors, unless you have faith in treatment, unless you have faith in hospital, unless you have faith in the whole system, you will not get cured. Unfortunately, these days, a lot of patients have lost faith in their doctors or hospitals or treatment, and a lot of misunderstanding is happening, and that is creating a major problem in India because of lack of trust between patient and the doctors. Now, belief can actually make miracle happen. There is a book in our library called Psycho, written by Dr. Deepak Chopra, and he has cited many case studies where people were told that they are beyond any curative treatment. They have diseases which cannot be cured. They have very limited number of months left of their life. They are going to die. They are not having any hope. And those patients have gone to some alternative therapy people and they got cured. Dr. Deepak Chopra is a MD, is a qualified doctor and surgeon, and he cannot write anything which is bullshit, because in America, if you write something which is not true, which is proved to be wrong subsequently, you can be sued for millions of dollars of damage. So what he has written is actually case studies, and he has seen that it's amazing how our body responds to the power of our mind. Yeah. Now, they have also seen that there is a negative placebo also works. If you start believing that you have a COVID, you might have COVID. You can attract, then you become a target of COVID. If you start feeling scared or you start feeling very nervous, or you become very negative emotions, your negativity will attract certain diseases, not necessarily infectious diseases, but other diseases also. They have found in the past that when there was a mix-up of the medical reports, and by mistake some patient was given a report of somebody else, and in that report he was declared to have certain disease, the patient starts showing the symptoms of that disease although he was not having that disease. But that happens because of your mental belief. In every disease there is a section of negative placebo most of the allergic reactions, skin rashes, skin diseases, drowsiness, nausea, blood pressure, fluctuations, diabetes, even heart attacks, they are all can be caused by negative placebo. So negative placebo is very, very dangerous, and we should do everything in our power to keep away ourselves from negative placebo. That means negative thinking, negative expectations, being nervous, always thinking the worst case scenario, always thinking that the worst case scenario will happen to you, always thinking that you are very unfortunate, or you are absolutely unlucky, or you are likely to get this, causes actual things to happen. So please stay away from these kind of negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative expectations, because these negative expectations actually make expectations come true. They have found that the mindset, there are certain people who always have a feeling that they have something wrong with them. You know, they are sick or something like that. Even healthy people start feeling that they are not well and they are sick, and they will start showing symptoms of a sick person. Yeah, this is seen and this is done. And doctors, most of the doctors actually will tell you that please don't think that you are sick. Your belief that you are sick sometimes will make you sick. Now, placebo can both prevent us, as I told you, if you are really strong-willed person and you feel that I will not fall sick. I will not fall sick. I am making a promise to myself. The chances are you will not fall sick. They have found that doctors and frontline workers who are constantly coming in touch with the infected people, and they have willed themselves that they will not fall sick, have not fallen sick. Yeah, although their exposure was very, very high. They've also found that most of the people who are optimistic, who are positive thinkers, are the ones who are less likely to get infection of any kind, or less likely to fall sick, or less likely to fail in whatever they are doing. The moment we start believing, we are on the path of transformation. And now this whole principle I can apply on any situation. Suppose I want to change my habit. I want to become a great reader, or I want to quit smoking, or I want to become a fast learner, or if I want to become more confident, or I want to become, I want to go for exercise, I want to lose weight, or whatever I want to do, I can use this power of my brain or mind to make things happen. So what should I do? How can I use my brain power to do this? These are the 4 steps. Whatever you want to happen in your life, whatever you want to achieve in your life, whether it is becoming more confident, whether it is becoming more beautiful, whether it's becoming healthier, whether you are wanting to become fast learner, or you want to become more good looking, also charming personality, everything you can will yourself to achieve success. You can use your willpower, your Ichcha Shakti, your desire power to achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. And what is this first step? First step is I should strongly desire that to happen. I must want it very badly. I must be feeling like I can give anything to achieve this. I really very, very strongly want this to happen. The second step is that I must believe it is possible. See, half the battle is won when you start believing that this is possible. Most of the people fail because they don't believe. They feel that they don't deserve. They are not capable. They have lack of confidence. They have lack of faith in that thing to happen. That is what prevents them from achieving that. So the moment you come out of that self, defeating thoughts, and you start believing that it's possible, and it is possible for you to achieve, you are already halfway through. Yeah, you are already more than 60% chances you have created for yourself to succeed or achieve. And third is then expect this to happen. Don't think that, people will tell you, the problem is that people will tell you, oh, tumse hoga nahi, ye to sambhav hi nahi hai, it is impossible, how will it happen, ye kabhi hota hai kya? They will try to lower your expectation. They will try to shake your belief, they will try to shake your confidence in whatever you want to do in life, whatever changes for better you want to achieve in life. They will shake your confidence. Please don't get shaken up by these negative people around you. So the moment you believe it is possible and moment you start expecting this to happen, 80% work is done. Now what you should do, now something you can do, now start acting as if it is happening. Start acting as if it's already happening. You know, most of the HR consultant, HR experts tell me that the people who start acting as if they are already promoted are the one who gets promoted. Suppose you are a security guard and you want to become a supervisor of the security guard. Only 1% out of 100 will be selected to become the supervisor of the security guard, because there are 100 security guard, only one. Now the person who start acting as if he is already the supervisor, who start thinking like a supervisor, who start when the situation asks for to act more responsible as a supervisor, when the chance of somebody getting selected for supervisory post comes, who do you think will get selected? The person who's already acting as a supervisor, he'll get selected because he's being noticed by other people that he's already acting as a supervisor when he was not supervisor. So obviously he's the best choice. The whole universe acts like this. It's not only the person who's going to promote you, it's the whole universe. When we start acting as if I'm already arrived at the position which I want to become, reach, you will be the person who will be promoted, elevated, evolved to that particular position. So what is the placebo? It's tapping the power of our subconscious mind. The person who wants to achieve something which seemingly looks impossible to achieve, you can achieve that impossible if you start even dreaming about it. You know, people say that I am eating, drinking, dreaming about my aim, my goal. What does it mean? That मैं सोते जागते उसी चीज के सपने देख रहा हूँ. उस चीज के सोते जागते सपने देखने से मेरा फायदा क्या है? जब मैं सो रहा हूँ तो मुझे पावर ऑफ सबकॉन्शियस माइंड मेरा मिला हुआ है. उस टाइम में आई एम actually putting that desire, that goal, that aim, that objective of my life in my subconscious mind. And when the subconscious mind starts working to make me achieve that goal, I will automatically would be pushed towards that goal. Because subconscious mind will make me do things even without my knowing, to do all the right things to achieve that goal. So it's very, very important that I take help from my subconscious mind. I make my subconscious mind to support me to achieve that goal. And it's possible when I also start dreaming about that post, or start dreaming about that objective or that goal or that aim in my life. Now, how do I use my power of subconscious mind? The best way is to make a card. We were all, when I was doing my soft skill classes, I was asked by my trainer to make a card where I will put all what I want or I desire to happen in my life. And I will going to tell myself that I am going toward that goal. That is my goal. It is actually happening. It is happening slowly, but it is happening. And I'm moving with every passing day towards my goal. So what does this card read? I have to prepare. This is just a sample card. You have to make a card like this and put it on your either bed or near your wash basin, where you morning when you get up and you brush your teeth, you can read this, what is written before start brushing your teeth or before going to sleep in the night. And it says the golden rule for effective audio suggestion, auto suggestion is repetition. Therefore, repeat every morning. Today I am starting my new life. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. I'm becoming more and more confident, happy and healthy. I have more energy and strength. I'm becoming more and more creative, and my personality is becoming more and more magnetic. My life is improving day by day and more success is coming my way. I'm contributing more and more towards growth, well-being of those around me, which makes my life more and more meaningful. I can put all these positive reinforcement, positive or auto suggestions, and before going to sleep every day, and or just after coming, waking up in the morning, if I suggest myself that I'm becoming more and more intelligent, I'm becoming more and more positive, I'm becoming more and more confident, I'm becoming more and more good looking, I'm becoming more and more charming, I'm becoming more and more attractive. If you put these attributes which you want to happen in your life, and if you repeat, if you condition your mind, your subconscious mind, before sleeping and after getting up, I tell you, your subconscious mind is so powerful, you are making your most powerful tool, which is your subconscious mind, to work towards your goal, and it will make it happen. So please make a card like this, put it near your bed or put it near your wash basin in the morning, and please repeat this loudly so that you can hear, your subconscious mind can hear. When you tell yourself, I am becoming more and more confident, you will see that the confidence will come in you. You will feel more confident. So therefore, please use this power. When we tell ourselves, I am not confident, I am not looking good, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm bad in this, I'm bad in that, the whole thing, this negative reinforcement, the negative conditioning of mind start manifesting in our body. They will start showing off. Likewise, the positive manifestation will start also showing off. So why should I condition my mind with negative thoughts and negative conditioning? I should condition my mind with positive thoughts and positive conditioning. And negative conditioning we have been doing for so many years, because everybody around us is conditioning us with negativity. They are always telling us what we can't do. They will never tell us what we can do. So you have to do to reverse the process. And this is the process, how to do it. Please make an extra effort to start conditioning your mind with positive thoughts and remove the negative conditioning of my brain, of my mind, which has been happening for so many years in the past. So this is what is your exercise. You have to go, we are already in home, make a card like this and start from today in the evening when you're going to sleep, and tomorrow morning when you get up, please read this card aloud. Belief in treatment is very, very important, but action, it has to be now backed with action. You see, when you start feeling confident, when you start feeling positive, when you start seeing the results, when you start seeing that whatever your expectation was is actually happening, you will now get more energy, you will be more motivated, you will be more inspired to also take action, which will support, which will ensure that what you're wanting to happen, it will happen. See, when you don't have belief, when you don't have confidence that whatever you are deciding is going to happen, you will lose interest, you will lose motivation, you will lose any desire to continue. But when you have confidence, when you see that it's actually happening, you will actually use more double energy and you will work towards that goal, and the goal will come. So please use the power of positive conditioning of your brain to continue on the path of transformation, to make your life better, to achieve whatever goals you have. It is the best way to do it. Okay, so that's all. Now, if you have any questions, please go ahead. Any questions you have? And I tell you, this really helps. It really worked for me for many, many years. I can tell you, I was absolutely had no confidence in myself. I didn't even have confidence to go and talk to my sister's friends who were girls. I wanted to talk to them, but I never had confidence to even go and talk to them. Today I can talk to any girls. Yeah. I didn't have a confidence to talk to a person who was senior to me. How can I go and talk to a owner of a property who financially is a few hundred times richer than me? But I had confidence. I went and, talked to them, had, conversation. At that time, I was living in a very, very shattered, in a very dilapidated house. And I used to go and meet people who were living in palaces. But I had a confidence to go and meet them and, deal with them. Nobody knows what kind of circumstances you are having. They will only see your level of confidence. So, any questions? Prapti, any question you have?
हाँ सर।
अनुष्का, तुम क्या कन्विंस हो क्या प्राप्ति, जो मैंने बोला अभी तक?
हाँ सर, पूरा।
कन्विंस हो?
हाँ।
नो।
चलो, तो आज से तुमको अप्लाई करना है इसको,
हाँ सर।
ठीक है? एक कार्ड बनाना और अपने लगा के रखना हो। देखो 15 दिन करो इसको, कार्ड लगा के, फिर देखो उसका असर क्या होता है। ओके देन, या सी यू गाइस।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
चलो स्टार्ट थी। ये खाली ज्ञान लेने से कोई फायदा नहीं होगा। ज्ञान को जब तक इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करोगे, जब तक इसको अपने जीवन में उतारोगे नहीं, जब तक उसको फॉलो नहीं करोगे, कोई फायदा होने वाला नहीं है। हमको मालूम है ये दवाई लेने से हमारी तबीयत ठीक हो जाएगी, दवाई लेंगे नहीं तो फिर क्या फायदा होगा? हमको पता है ये करने से मेरा ये फायदा होगा, लेकिन हम करेंगे ही नहीं तो फिर फायदा क्या होगा? आपको करना है। ये सॉफ्ट स्किल क्लासेस है ना, ये खाली सुनने के लिए नहीं है, उसको जाके इम्प्लीमेंट करना पड़ेगा। जितना आप ज्यादा इम्प्लीमेंट करोगे उतना फायदा ज्यादा होगा। वेरी सिंपल है। ओके, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सर।